Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here. And as we all know, Rockstar yesterday dropped a trailer for the Cunning Stunts DLC. They announced the release date, a whole lot of details, and with it, there was a lot of information to break down. Okay, so the two biggest comments yesterday I saw about missing content had to do with the stunting arena and a new mod shop. You know, what was going on with that? Were we going to get a stunting arena? Rockstar didn't mention it on the newswire, and they didn't mention it in the trailer. So I think that does finally put to rest that the stunting arena that has been found in the files, that kind of exterior shell with all those ramps and whatnot, was simply cut content. Because honestly, if Rockstar isn't going to use it in this DLC, which would be a perfect fit for it, I can't see them ever using it going forward. And then we've got the mod shop. That's right. Do you guys remember the mod shop that we talked about a few days ago? How some photos have actually been found of like the interior and the design of the building itself? Well, there was no new mention of a mod shop in the trailer or on Rockstar's newswire. So it kind of begs the question, what happened to that? Was it cut content as well? Well, believe it or not, that mod shop can actually be found in-game, which is kind of interesting. So you guys can see right now, I'm going to the mod shop in Grand Theft Auto Online. It actually exists, which is pretty crazy. And what's funny enough is it's kind of run by like one of the gangs in Los Santos and in Grand Theft Auto 5's fictional universe, the Vagos. So that's kind of interesting. And if you actually go inside of single player, you can see that it behaves very similarly. I used a mod to actually go inside of the building itself, and it's completely blank. So I'm not sure what the ultimate use is going to be for this mod shop, but it seems as if it's not going to be in this update for one of two reasons. One, obviously it was not mentioned on the newswire and was not in the trailer. And number two, thanks to one of these brand new 4K screenshots of this supercar right here, take a look at the seat on the inside. That is the exact same seat that can be applied to both the Banshee 900R and also the Sultan RS. That's one of the modified carbon fiber racing seats that can be upgraded on those vehicles. So what my guess is now going to be going forward is that these vehicles will be modified in, I guess, Benny's. I don't know where else they would be done, because that's an upgrade that comes exactly from Benny's shop. You wouldn't imagine they would get those kind of upgrades in the Los Santos custom shop, and there was no mention of a new mod shop. So unless that's going to be a total surprise, which would be shocking because in Grand Theft Auto Online Lowriders, Rockstar right off the bat introduced the fact that there would be a new custom shop in Benny's original Motorworks. So I guess that puts to rest the mod shop and the stunting arena rumors. I guess they'll just never come into Grand Theft Auto Online, because if they were, this would have been the perfect DLC for both of them to be added into the game. However, let's move on. We're going to touch on a few more things that I noticed and a few more of you guys that pointed out. The first thing was a new property. Are we going to be getting a new property? It's been confirmed that 13 new vehicles are coming in this update, and there was no mention of a new property being added in Grand Theft Auto Online. So I guess at a minimum here, I'm expecting Rockstar to allow us to have a sixth property in-game. I mean, that would only make the most sense, but at the same rate, Further Adventures in Finance and Felony added 13 new vehicles, and Rockstar didn't give us a new garage either. So I'm kind of torn and conflicted on what they're going to do with this update. And a best case scenario would be a new type of garage, maybe one that encompasses more than 10 vehicles or is built for the stunting cars or something like that. That would be super cool. However, there was no mention of that on the newswire. Also, something else that kind of caught my attention was the artwork for Grand Theft Auto Online Cunning Stunts DLC. So it's actually a really cool artwork, and one of the things that caught my eye was these flaming hoops. So this was seen on the artwork, but it was not seen anywhere in the trailer or mentioned anywhere on the newswire. So is this going to be a prop that could possibly be used? I mean, it seems outrageous, but at the same rate, there was giant bowling balls and bowling pins. So I think realism is completely thrown out the door when it comes to this update. So once again, it'll be interesting to see if Rockstar just used that for show on their artwork, or if that's something they're actually going to implement into the game. All right, now let's move on to some things I noticed from the trailer that I didn't actually touch on in yesterday's video. video. And you guys pointed all of these out to me in the comment section, which is why I encourage you guys to leave those comments right there. So this comes from the very first half of the trailer, where we actually get to see the new Obey vehicle and then the new Lampadati vehicle. Now, this is just a guess here, and this might mean something totally different, but I think we might see a new style of races for teams. So I'm going to show you guys a few shots right here, and it's this first race that only has Lampadati and it only has Obey. And what's interesting is on the Obey vehicles, on the mud flaps, you can see the words Team Obey or Obey Team, and the same can be seen on the sun strip on the windshield. So I'm not sure if that's just livery decoration or if that does indicate that this would be a team race. Obey team versus Lampadati team. The reason I say that is because, like I said, in this shot, there's only those two vehicles, the Lampadati and the Obey. So once again, that might be just a complete coincidence that the livery has Obey team written on it, but that would be cool if Rockstar did introduce a team-style racing mode. Something else that I briefly touched on the other day, but didn't totally go 100% in detail with, was new wheels and new tires. So this can be shown off quite nicely in one of the first few screenshots. So if we look at the Redwood Obey car, you can see that it's a new style of tire. It says Atomic and then Rally. So I'm guessing there's going to be a new style of wheel in Rally. And then if we look at the car, that super vehicle with the Estancia written on it, its wheel is just two golden atomics, and they look like race car style wheels. So I haven't seen any other in the game so far, so it may look like we're just getting two new types of wheels or tires, rally and then race car. I tried to look at some of the other freeze frames of the vehicles, but honestly, none of them give us a better shot than what we're seeing right there. In fact, some of the cars in the shots don't have the upgraded wheels or the upgraded tires, so that wouldn't help us at all right there. But it does seem as if two new types of tires and wheels are going to be added, which is super cool. Okay, up next, another thing that was pointed out to me is the smaller kind of European license plate style on the front of the Obey. So on the back, you've definitely got the United States style license plate, but on the front, you've got the kind of thinner in shape European style. Now, I'm not sure if that was out of coincidence or if that's going to be unique to the vehicle, or if it could be upgraded in any way like the vanity plates in Benny's shop, but I thought that was something that was kind of interesting and also something I missed from the very first initial breakdown that I did. Also, one thing I noticed on the Lampadati is it looks to have pop-up style lights, which is so cool. So the headlights on the Lampadati are pretty epic. However, there's two that can be seen that have different lighting customization options. So I'm not sure if there's going to be an option to like flip the headlights up and down or if it'll just be customization. That's kind of what it looks like. But you can see this blue one right here. It has no flip up lights. However, the orange one behind it, which is the exact same vehicle, does have that extra set of lights that are flipped up. So that's kind of cool, and that is going to be obviously a new feature for the Lampadati vehicle. That's kind of epic. I promised you guys we would look at some 4K screenshots, and here they are. Here's the first one. So this is like the circuit track that goes around the Maze Bank building. And I was hoping that this large screenshot would allow us to kind of make out what cars there were in there to see if we could spot any new ones. But unfortunately, they are still kind of tiny. I can see a few Obey vehicles. I can see another kind of super or sports car as well. And that's also kind of brought up another topic. Are races going to be limited to one class? Are these new stunt races going to be limited to just one style of vehicle? Or is there going to be multiple per race? Could you have sports cars racing supercars, off-road racing muscle? Again, that'll be an interesting thing to find out, although I'm not 100% sure of that yet. You guys saw this screenshot earlier. This, of course, is one of the new supercars coming into the game. Again, I won't spend too much time on this one, but it looks absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning right there. That's going to be a blast to drive. Up next, we've got the Fiats. You can see their liveries a little bit easier. So they've got Atomic, Chapal, the 72, and then Tear Oil on there. All of them look to be the same and have similar customization options, so I didn't notice any differences right there. Moving on, we get another shot of the Lampadati We get a shot at the Obey car. We also get a shot at the new Tampa that's going to be coming. That's right. This is the wide body Tampa that I touched on earlier in one of my other videos. Look how epic this is. And the livery on the side looks so cool. It's like this green and yellow, and it's got this like sad lion with 66 written on the side. Really, really cool stuff right there. That's like a wide body Bennied version of the Tampa. So that's pretty cool. And now that that's in 4K, we can obviously get a much better view of that. Moving on, we've got a crazy 4K screenshot of the motorcycle, a new one that's going to be coming. Check out the outfit that that guy has on. He's got a Junkin Energy sponsored motocross suit. That is super cool. That's obviously going to be one of the brand new bikes. And it's got a pretty sleek livery on there as well. Very excited to check that out. Looks like he's busting through the Vinewood sign right now. So that is an epic screenshot right there. And finally, last but not least, we've got this screenshot right here, which features one of the craziest ramps I've ever seen. But that's not what caught my eye in this. What caught my eye in this is the fact that there's a Pfister 811 actually driving down the ramp. So that's kind of interesting too. It looks as if you won't necessarily have to use the new vehicles on the stunting course. You can just use any other regular supercar, sports car, whatever you want. So that's kind of cool that Rockstar gives you the options and the freedom right there that you can use whatever vehicle you want, no matter if it came with this update or if it's an old supercar that you just typically like using. Anyways, that's all the information that I'm going to be talking about for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. As always, let me know if I missed anything once again in the comments section down below. I feel like I've been over this trailer enough that I should have hit everything, but there's so many little tiny details in here that you never know. Something might pop up and you might just miss it. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you did go on to enjoy the video, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. We like daily GTA 5 videos like this. Without the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.